Former President Jacob Zuma's arms deal corruption trial has been postponed to February next year. That's when the Judge Nkosinathi Chili will hear leave to appeal arguments after dismissing the former president's second attempt to remove lead prosecutor Billy Downer. Newzroom Afrika's Ziyanda Ngcobo has more.
After a 2-week wait, Judge Nkosinathi Chili finally outlined his reasons on Wednesday why he had dismissed former President Jacob Zuma's second application to remove Billy Downer from the arms deal case. Chili detailed 4 pillars of Zuma's arguments, which are similar to those outlined in the former president's first recusal application before Judge Gun.
Mr. Zuma's request for the removal of Mr. Downer as public prosecutor is anchored on the private prosecution of Mr. Downer. It was argued that if Mr. Downer were to prosecute Mr. Zuma today and then be prosecuted by Mr. Zuma the next day, the society will make a mockery of our justice system. If that were the position, then I would not have hesitated to grant an order removing Mr. Downer as the public prosecutor. But that is not the position. As things stand, there is no private prosecution. All attempts by Mr. Zuma to prosecute Mr. Downer have been unsuccessful. I might just add that as at the date of the hearing of argument in the present application, the Supreme Court of Appeal had already made a factual finding that the attempt by Mr. Zuma to prosecute Mr. Downer amounted to an abuse of process.
Prosecutor Billy Downer made an impassioned plea before the court to ask that the second and third term of the court calendar remain blocked off for the start of the trial, as the continuous litigation brought by former President Jacob Zuma have been proven and pronounced as being Stalingrad tactics and an abuse of court processes.
We cannot simply carry on moving the trial on to accommodate a long series of appeals, which take sometimes years, up to the SC and the Constitutional Court. So we will argue.
The National Prosecuting Authority says it supports the argument that the trial continues despite Zuma's latest application for leave to appeal.
That is a possibility that exists. But remember that Judge Kun had made a finding that the leave to appeal or the appeal cannot be entertained before conviction. However, we are concerned that the matter has to be now heard only next year. Unfortunately, the judge is not available. This is unfortunately taking us to another delay. There was a remark that he made before the adjournment that the dates are still blocked. So we're hoping that we will proceed on that date.
The legal teams have also agreed to a timetable to exchange papers. They'll do so in the weeks between October and November this year before they clash again in court next February, exactly 20 years since the matter was first enrolled. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Ziyanda Ngcobo in Pietermaritzburg.